Hello dear students, I am Surendra Jain, Master Teacher of Mathematics. I am discussing most incorrect questions of High Weightage Test 1. This test was for sum of n terms of AP. Before I start discussing those questions, I will like to tell you few key ideas that are a must before you solve questions of this High Weightage Test 1. Okay, so those ideas are, the first idea is, if we have to take three terms in AP, okay, then it should be taken as A minus D, A and A plus D. In this will be the first term and common difference will be equal to D. But if you take four terms in AP, then it will be A minus 3D, A minus D, A plus D and A plus 3D. So you can notice the first term is A minus 3D, but common difference is not D, it is rather 2D. The idea is to take terms symmetrical about the mid-term. Mid-term here is A, but here because of four terms, there is no mid-term, so we have taken two terms as a mid-terms. You can say symmetrically A plus D, A minus D, then A plus 3D that side and A minus 3D this side. So common difference will not be D, it will be 2D. Similarly, if you take five terms in AP, it will be A minus 2D, A minus D, A plus D and A plus 2D. In this case, this is first term, okay, and common difference is once again D. So if you have to take 6 terms, 7 terms, similarly you can take. This makes your calculation easy, especially when you are given sum of 3 terms, 4 terms, 5 terms. If sum is not involved, then you may take otherwise also like A plus D, A plus 2D, etc. But if sum is involved, then this is something that will make your calculation very easy. Okay. Now second thing. The second thing is, if PQR are in GP, because there is one question given in this session. So if PQ are in GP, then P into R is equal to Q square. That I'll be using, so that's why I'm mentioning it here. Now the third thing. The third thing is actually sum of n terms, the name of this high weightage test, the heading, the topic. Okay, so it is actually given by two formulas. You know it already, n by 2 into A plus L. A is first term, L is last term. If you use the formula for last term, considering this as a nth term, it also becomes 2A plus n minus 1 into D. Okay, so that is, these are two formulas, but I will be giving you one more result, that is one very important thing, and please try to understand the concept. And that concept is that Sn is equal to An square plus Bn. So sum of n terms of any AP is always a quadratic in n with constant term 0. And one important thing that you must know is that common difference will be equal to 2A. Common difference will be equal to 2A. You can verify from here also in this Sn, the coefficient of n square, if I have to write just n square term, the coefficient is D by 2. N when multiplied with this n will give you the term of n square. There will be some term of n also that I am not bothered about, but the coefficient of n square is D by 2. So here common difference will be 2A if leading coefficient of n square is A, and that is both ways. If Sn is this, common difference will be 2A. If common difference is 2A, then Sn will be An square plus Bn. B is some other constant you can find using some condition. Okay, so this is something that I will like you to remember for sure for any question of sum of AP if you are dealing with. Okay, one more thing, and that is, if you have to find some question, if there is a question based on sum of n terms, okay, then first sum of one terms will always be equal to A1. Sum of one term will always be A1. You can use this fact to make some equation. And also if you are looking for nth term, it will be Sn minus 1. How? Because sum of n terms minus Sn, sum of n minus 1 terms will always give you nth term. You can write A1, a2 and so on, an minus 1 and an. So this is Sn, and if you take sum of these terms, it is Sn minus 1. So an or Tn you will get if you take the difference of Sn with Sn minus 1. So let's start doing some questions. First question, I think this kind of question you must have done before. I will give you my methods, two methods I will say. They have given Sn upon Sn dash as a linear upon linear. But in this case, what I will suggest, because sum of n terms of any AP should be quadratic in n. So if I write this as 3n square plus 8n and I write 7n square plus 15n, then also it is same thing, because n I have multiplied in numerator and denominator, so ratio will not change. So from this you will be able to find your Sn as k times 3n square plus 8n. I have multiplied by k also, so that maybe some other constant ratio, constant proportional value is there in Sn and Sn dash, that is also taken care of. So here Sn and Sn dash I will be writing as same k, and this is 7n square plus 15n. Now dear all, from this I think you can find the common difference easily by the leading term, that will be 6k. Okay, and similarly common difference of this will be 14k. Also the first term of first AP will be just by putting n is equal to 1, so you get 11k. And here first term will be 7 plus 15, 22k. Okay, now we are looking for the ratio of their ninth term. So T9 upon T9 dash, if we are looking for, I can write Tn as A for first AP, I think it is 11k plus n minus 1, so 8 into D, and common difference is 6k. Here it will be 22 plus 8 into I think 14k. So 11 plus 48, I think 59, and 22 plus 112, so this is 134, gives you the A as answer. So that is one method. Okay, now other method could be, because we know Sn, so we can find T9 directly by S9 minus S8. You put n as 9 here and 8 here, you will get the difference as T9. You can check, it will be coming out to be 59k only. Similarly for other series, Tn dash will be S9 dash minus S8 dash, that will be equal to 134k. You can check. These are two methods, you can do it. In fact, there is another method which is given here in the solution, and that is replace n by 2m minus 1. I remember this is told to the students in 10th grade, but I will not suggest that you remember it, because it is working only for this question or this type of questions. But the method I have told you will not be useful for this question only, but it will also be useful for many other questions. So please remember, Sn as a quadratic in n is very useful thing. You can solve not only this question, many other questions also. So remember something that is more useful. It should not be useful for only one question. So that is my suggestion. But if you still remember it, it's okay. It's okay, because if suppose you have remembered it in your 10th grade and you still remember it, definitely you can use it. Okay, now coming to the next question, here they are saying 5 terms A, B, C, D, E are in AP such that their sum is 25. In this case the middle term is C, okay, and sum is involved, so I will be taking terms like this: C, C plus D, C plus 2D, and before that, 1 minute, I will not take C plus 2D, C plus D, rather I will take C plus capital D, because D is already there. C plus capital D, C plus capital 2D, and before that C minus D and C minus capital 2D. Now you can see sum here will be 5C, and that is equal to 25. So we will be getting C as 5. That is one thing that we have found. Only unknown thing now is capital D, and to find that they have given the product of these terms is 2520. If you start multiplying these terms like first with last, so C square minus 4D square and C square minus D square into C, and that is equal to 2520. So C is 5, if you cancel it here, you get 504 here. Okay, now this is a quadratic. You can solve quadratic or you can also check which option is satisfying it. Okay, like your C is a 5 we have found, and they are saying what is the longest term E. Common difference we are assuming to be positive, so E, that is C plus 2D, will be the longest term. So if C is 5 and C plus 2D is also 5, D here it will be 0. In this case, D will be equal to 1. In this case, I think D will be 2, and in this case, D will be 3. And now you can put the values of D and check which option is satisfying it. I think here D equal to 1 is working because C is 25. So C is 5, so C square is 25 minus 4D square, and 25 minus D square is equal to 504. If you put D as 1, I think this is matching, so B should be the answer. But dear students, there is a problem in this question, I will say, and the problem is that if you solve for the quadratic, I think your quadratic in D square will be 4D square minus 125 D square. This is D power 4 actually. 4D power 4 minus 125 D square, and 625 minus 504, so it will be 121 this side. Okay, so definitely D square is equal to 1 is one solution, but there is one more solution, that is 121 upon 4. From this D will be 1 because we are looking for common difference being positive, and from this we are getting 11 by 2. So from this your value of E is coming out to be 5 plus 2D, that is 7, but from this also we are getting 5 plus 11, that is 16. So the other answer could be 16 also. Okay, so they are saying find the value of E. So I think there is ambiguity because either 7 or 16, I think they both are correct because they are asking common difference is positive. They have not said common difference being positive and integer, so they both should be correct. But still, if we go with the existing options, I think B is definitely more appropriate answer. Okay, coming to the next question, we are given sum of 4 consecutive terms in an AP is 32. Okay, so 4 terms means we will be taking A minus D, A plus D, A plus 3D, and A minus 3D. Because sum is involved, so we will be taking like this, and sum will be 4A because all D will cancel, is equal to 32, will give you A as equal to 8. Okay, to find D, they have given the ratio of the product of first with last to the product of two middle terms. That means it will be A square minus 9D square upon A square minus D square, and that is equal to 7 upon 50. Okay, now A is 8, so I'll write 64 minus 9D square upon 64 minus D square is equal to 7 upon 50. Now once again, one method could be option putting because they are asking the smallest of these numbers. Okay, and also please see if they have given some increasing AP or not. Sum of 4 consecutive numbers in AP and ratio of the product of the first and last term is this. Okay, they have not mentioned, but still, if you are looking for smallest of these term, I think this will be smallest only if D is positive. So let's assume D is positive, and you can check if A is 8, A minus 3D will be equal to 2 if your D value is equal to how much? I think 2. Similarly, you can find values of D for other options also, and you can check which one is satisfying. Or you can solve by cross multiplication. 15 into 64 minus 9D square is equal to 7 into 64 minus D square. Okay, I think you can solve it. 15 into 9 is 135, and if I take that side, 135 minus 7, so 128 D square will be on that side, and that will be equal to 15 into 64 minus 7 into 64. 64 if I take common, so 8 into 64. So D square is equal to 4. D square is equal to 4. So D value is 2, and if D is 2, then B is the answer of this question. Okay. See, this calculation, there is no shortcut. Either you check from option putting or you do the entire calculation. Some people may say componendo and dividendo, that is also fine, but that is just another form of cross multiplication. So not much help is there. I said componendo and dividendo, that is very much used in trigonometric questions. Here also you can use it. answer was, okay, I think I marked wrong answer. Answer was A, not B, because D is equal to 2 will give you smallest number as 2. So not B, A is the answer. Now this question, roots of the cubic equations are in AP. The value of K is. Now sum of roots we know, product of roots we know. We do not know sum of product of roots taken 2 at a time. Okay, from that theory of equation. So if I take roots as, let's say, alpha minus D, alpha and alpha plus D, because again sum we know and roots are in AP, 3 roots are in AP, so we will be taking like this. So 3 alpha will be the sum. And why I have taken 3 roots? Because it's a cubic, so only 3 roots can be there, and that is equal to 12 minus B upon A. So we have found one of the root as 4. Now dear students, I think this will directly give you the value of K, because if you know one of the root, it should satisfy it, and only unknown in the cubic is K. If you put alpha as 4, so it will be 64 minus 12 into 16 plus 4 into K minus 48. I think if you solve it, you will get K is equal to 44. I think I remember this answer, K as 44. Okay, simple calculation, you can do it. Or there could have been another way, although that will be slightly longer, that if you have found alpha is equal to 4 and we also know product of roots as 48 minus D upon A, so 48. So the product would be alpha square minus D square into alpha, and that is equal to 48. Alpha being 4 will cancel it 12 times, and here alpha being 4, so 16 minus D square is 12, so D square will be equal to 4. We have got D as plus 2 or minus 2. So whatever you take, plus 2, minus 2, your roots will be same. So 4 minus 2, so 2, and 4, and then 6. 2, 4, 6 will be the roots, and now sum of roots taken, sum of product of roots taken 2 at a time will give you the value of K. 2 into 4, 8, 2 into 6, 12, plus 4 into 6, 24. So this gives you 44 as the answer. So this is the method for this question, but this was better because you don't need to find the D for this question, for this, in this method actually. Okay, now coming to next question, sum of first 4 terms again is 56, sum of last 4 terms is 112. Okay, sum of first 4 terms is 56, last 4 terms is 112, and first term is 11, the number of terms. I will tell you this question in 2 ways. First, my method of Sn. As you know, Sn has to be an square plus bn. Here S1 will be a plus b, and this is given to us as 11 because it is equal to first term. S4 also we are given, that is 16a plus 4b. 16a plus 4b, and we are given this to be equal to 56. So from that you will be able to find a as well as b. If you multiply this by 4 and subtract from it, we will be getting 12a is equal to 12. So a is equal to 1, put it here, your b is equal to 10. So we have found the sum of n terms of this sequence as n square plus 10n. Okay, now if sum of n terms is n square plus 10n, and we are given sum of last 4 terms is 112. Now sum of last 4 terms, I hope you will understand very easily. It is Sn minus 4. If you write your terms a1, a2 and so on, an minus 4, an minus 3, an minus 2, an minus 1 and an. Okay, so sum of all the terms is Sn, whereas sum of Sn minus 4 is Sn minus 4. If you take the difference of these two, will give you the sum of last 4 terms. So Sn minus 4 is given to us as 112. Now Sn will be n square plus 10n, whereas Sn minus 4, I will just replace n minus 4 to n is equal to 112. This is not a big calculation, please listen carefully. N square minus this, if you simplify first, it will be 8n minus 16. Whereas if you take the difference of this with this, it will be, I think, plus 40. Okay, and that is equal to 112. So 40 minus 16 is 24. I think I can take 8 common, so n plus 3 is equal to 112. 8 will cancel it 14 times. So the value of n is 11. So answer for this is B. That is one method. Now another method, please listen carefully, would be, let me take first 4 terms A1, A2, A3, A4, and their sum is equal to 56, where we know A1 already. Okay, in fact, we can use this 56 as n by 2, sum of 4 times, into 2a, because we are given first term as 11, plus n minus 1, 3, and into d. This will give you the value of d. I think it comes out to be 2. You can check. Okay, now we are also given sum of last 4 terms. So an minus 3, an minus 2, an minus 1, and an, that is equal to 112. Now here all, please understand carefully, this minus this, if I do, it will be n minus 4 into d. A4 to a nth term, the difference is n minus 4 into d, and same is the difference between these two also. Same is the difference between these two also, and same is the difference between these two also. So you can see, if you take the difference here, it will be not here, actually this is with plus sign, this is with minus sign. So this minus this, if you do, it will be 4 times n minus 4 into d, and that will be equal to 112 minus 56. That is, I think, 56 only. So n minus 4 into d, we have found 2. 4 into 2 is equal to 56. So 4 into 2, 8, cancel it 7 times. So n is equal to 11. So this is how also you can do it. In fact, if you are known what is d, you can use that last term L will be equal to some, this thing, and then second last term. That way also you can do it. But I think what I have done, definitely you will like these two methods. Okay. Now coming to the next question, here once again, sum of first 2 n terms. AP is given, first sum of first n terms, another AP is given. Now I will write directly the sum of n terms, first n terms of this AP. For first AP, sum of n terms would be, because common difference you can see is equal to 3. So its leading term will be 3 by 2 n square. Then plus sum b times n. And to find b, I will be using S1, because we are given S1 as 2. That will be 3 by 2 plus b. So from that we get b as half. So we have found Sn is equal to 3n square plus n by 2 for this sequence, sum of n terms. Okay, but they have said not sum of n terms, they have said sum of 2n terms. So sum of 2n terms, if you are looking for, I just have to replace n by 2n. So this will become, after simplification, 6n square plus n. This will be 4n square by 2. So 2n square into 3, 6n square, and 2n upon 2, so n only. Similar way, if I approach the second GP, second AP, common difference is 2 here. If common difference is 2, so leading term will be n square. And same way I have done it here, you can write its linear term, that will be 56n, so that you get first term as 57, and you can check for n equal to other values also, the sum of 2 terms, 3 terms will be matching. Now they are saying these two things are equal. If these two things are equal, just simplify them. So 5n square this side is equal to 55n, will give you n as 11. I think 11 is the answer of this question. Okay, so this is how this question can be done. Again, what I told you in the beginning, sum of n terms, quadratic, without constant, leading term. What is the relation between leading term and common difference? Please remember it, and you will be saving your time. Please understand. If you have any confusion, with what will be the common difference and leading term relation, you can verify by taking any AP, or maybe that formula I told you, Sn is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So you will understand that in sum of n terms, the coefficient of n square is always n by 2, d by 2. Okay, so please remember it. Yeah, the next question. 3 numbers whose sum is 21 are in AP. Once again, sum is involved, 3 numbers are there. I will be taking them as a minus d, a and a plus d. In fact, by now you should be so much fluent actually, that if sum is 21, you should be able to write directly that a will be equal to 7, because 3a is 21, so a is 7. Now 2, 3 and 9 are added to these terms respectively, then resulting numbers are in GP. So 7 minus D, 7 and 7 plus D. I am adding them 2 here, so it will be 9 minus D. I am adding 3 here, so it will be 10. I am adding 9 here, so it will be 16 plus D, and this is GP. Now to find this GP, to find this D, using the fact this is GP, I think we must be doing 9 minus D into 16 plus D is equal to 100. That's a simple quadratic in D. So 144 and minus 7D minus D square is equal to 100. On the other side, if I take this D square in 7D terms, we will be getting this minus 44 is equal to 0. So if you factorize it, I think this is D plus 11 and D minus 4. Check. Yeah, correct. So D value will be, so they have said original increasing AP. So I will only consider positive value. So D is equal to 4. They are asking the product of original increasing AP. So if D is 4, A is 7. So your AP is actually 7 minus 4, 3, then 7, then 7 plus 4, 11. So 7, 3 into 7 into 11. So I think it is A, 231. So I think that is it for this session, or there is other question? No. So that's it. So thank you so much, dear students. Please go through all the solutions. If you have any difficulty, repeat the solution, I will say. And that's it for today. Thank you so much.